Keller.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Our guest this morning is Boston City Councilor Andrea Campbell. She recently announced her candidacy for mayor of Boston in next year's election. Councilor Campbell's a Boston native who graduated from Boston Latin School, Princeton University, and UCLA Law School. She's represented parts of Dorchester, JP, Mattapan, and Roslindale since 2016. Councilor, welcome.
Thank you, and thank you for having me.
So, for most candidates, there's usually one moment that seals their decision to run for a major office like this, some event or epiphany that prompts them to go all in. What was yours?
Well, I have to say I pray on everything, so it's been a long prayerful process, but I have to say when I'm looking around what's happening in this country, it's probably COVID-19 and the fact that it is decimating and devastating communities of color. And of course, conversations related to George Floyd, which I think create a sense that we are in a profound moment in this country and in this city when we're talking about race and racism and systemic inequities in ways we've never talked about them before. And I jumped in saying, Boston, of course, should use this opportunity, I should say, to put up a mirror to look at our own painful history with respect to race and racism and division, and to do everything we can in our power to eradicate systemic inequities that continue to exist in the city of Boston. But in order to do that, I think we need new leadership. And so I jumped into this race to be that new leader.
What you just said, Councilor, reminds me a little bit of what I heard from Congressman Joe Kennedy over the summer about his decision to challenge Ed Markey. We know what happened there. The primaries were, for the most part, a field day for incumbents. What has this incumbent, Marty Walsh, done to deserve being fired?
I'll say I have a great relationship with the mayor. We've worked in partnership on many different issues. For me, this is about, when I say different leadership, it's leadership that I think understands and has lived the very systemic inequities that we have to grapple with here in the city of Boston. There are still inequities that exist with respect to access to healthcare, our education system, access to green space, to parks, to good housing. And usually the folks who do not have equitable access are residents of color who live in certain neighborhoods in the city of Boston, including Mattapan and Dorchester, which is in my district. And I think we need more than rhetoric, we need action and intentionality to eradicate those inequities. And I'm going to focus on my record and what I've accomplished in my district and make it about what I plan to do and not about who's currently in the seat.
Yeah, and yet recent polling shows Walsh with very strong support among African-American residents or residents of color in the city. How do you explain that?
Well, obviously, he is currently the mayor of the city of Boston, and I like to think has built relationships with every demographic in the city of Boston. I will tell you, when I talk to residents of color, especially Black residents who live in my district, in Dorchester, Mattapan, or in Roxbury or other communities in the city of Boston, they have been disappointed with respect to the fact that these inequities that I just mentioned still exist in the city of Boston. There are some communities, of course, that are continue to be devastated by COVID-19, are continuing to die and get sick. This is largely Black and Latinx residents. And so the question is, what are we going to do to change that reality? And I think they would agree with me that it's time for new leadership so that we're not talking about the same inequities 5 or 10 years from now.
All right, and real quickly before we take our break and then dive into some of your positions on core issues here, your council colleague Michelle Wu is also running. We spoke with her a couple of weeks ago. What's the most important difference between you and her?
Well, I want to say I respect my colleague tremendously. We've worked in partnership. We'll continue to work in partnership. We are different in that our stories are different, right? I think that we've focused on different issues. I've focused on education, youth development, criminal justice reform, policing reform, of course, racial equity, and I have a record to prove that. But it also, my story connects to the fact that I have lived the very inequities I talk about growing up in the city of Boston and being a former BPS kid. And that's what I hope to share with voters across the city of Boston.